Crystal. Today I'm gonna show you what's on my iPhone 10. I know there is a ton of these videos out there, but I always love watching them because I think it's really cool to see what different apps people put on their phones. So let's see what's on mine. I'm gonna start off with a wallpaper on my lock screen and home screen. I have the same one throughout, and I think it's really cool because I have one of these live ones on there, so when you force touch, it moves. There's a lot of cool ones that are already on there, but you could just put any live photo that you want and set it as your wallpaper and have it move. So let's start right at the top. We have notes, reminders, calendar, photos, camera, Instagram and Snapchat. Instagram is probably my favorite form of social media. And actually, Snapchat is really good on the iPhone 10 because the face tracking is really good. Like these filters, they're gonna stick to you better. Which one? Oh my goodness, there's so many. This is really fitting for today because it's snowing. Hey guys! It has been a while since I go on here. Oh, this is so much fun. I gotta Snapchat more. Every app on this page is definitely my most used apps, and a lot of them are pretty boring. Like, here's my little finance folder, all the financial stuff. I like doing that though. I like putting an emoji to label the folder instead of writing out a word because it looks cool, and you'll see that in my second page. But let's continue on this page. A row of blue apps here. Goes nice with that background. I mean, I'm not really trying to stick to any theme, but hey, if I could do a little bit of a theme, I'll try. And yes, I have Tweetbot and Twitter because I like using both. I mean, I like Tweetbot because everything's always in order and I don't miss anything from anybody. But I don't know, I'm just so used to like the regular Twitter app. That's what I started using from day one. So I always find myself falling back to that one. I keep both there. What do you guys use? You guys use Tweetbot or Twitter on your iPhone? Why not use both? And that's kind of the same with my navigation apps. I have both Google Maps and Maps. Once again, Google Maps was like what I used from the beginning, but I love that integration with Maps in your Apple Watch now. Like when you're driving, it'll tap your wrist to go left or right. I think that's really cool. So I guess with me, like I'll use Google Maps if I'm not driving, but if I am driving, I'll use Maps. That's why I have both there. What else should I talk about here? Ooh, Slice. I love Slice. Like Slice is life. My favorite part about Slice is how it connects to your email account and just tells you whatever packages are coming. Like it'll read your emails and just scan through it, and I mean that's kind of creepy, but it's really useful because it tells you what packages are being delivered to your house, and not just things that you bought. It could be things that people are sending to you too. But I also love how it just keeps a log of anything that you've bought online or in store. If there's an electronic receipt for it in your email, it's gonna show up on here, which is really cool. Because I know this Sephora purchase was in store, but it's kind of cool since I got an electronic receipt, it keeps it in here. So yeah, it's a cool way to track whatever packages is coming to your house and just anything that you've bought, really. And on the bottom we have Safari, YouTube, Hue, and podcasts. I love listening to podcasts, especially when I'm on a plane. It's like my go-to all the time. But I mostly listen to only people that are on YouTube. And if you guys know any other cool podcasts, let me know. My 4 main apps at the bottom: Gmail, phone, iMessage, Spotify. I want to know if you guys use Spotify or Apple Music. I feel like that's always a debate between people. And I stick to Spotify just because, again, that's what I've been using from the beginning. I did use Apple Music for a little bit before because I love the way it looks, but it was still kind of glitchy, and I just kind of reverted back to Spotify because of that and just never went back to it. And I also love on Spotify all the different playlists, like especially in the Discover section of it, I always find cool new music on there. But out of Spotify and Apple Music, Spotify is definitely my go-to, and I use it every single day of my life. On to my next page. Got everything all nicely lined up in these folders with emojis. I just love the way that looks. It's so nice and neat and cute. Starting with the first folder here, got the productivity apps. I mean, that notepad doesn't really make sense with it, with the apps that I have in here. And they're not really productive apps. I don't know, I just put apps that like just things that I need to use. And I just want to say, I have YouTube Studio on here. When is YouTube Studio gonna get better? Like, I use it to read comments sometimes and just briefly look into my analytics, But first of all, it's not even optimized for iPhone 10 yet, and it just always has been kind of sucky. It's not quite there yet. It's getting there, but it's not quite there. My next folder is all my photo editing apps. This first app here, Lens Distortions, is what I use for some of my photos to put a little like light fill in them. Sometimes you'll see some sun peeking through my photos. There's a lot of cool different things you can add to your photos here, but I always use this specific light hit for my photos. You could change the opacity of it, the brightness. What do I do to it usually? Usually increase the saturation a little bit. You can also even change the color of that fill. Sometimes I'll do that with my thumbnails. And Color Story is a really cool app too. I just love the photo editing tools in it. I love when you can adjust the curves to your photos. And this is stuff that like I'll usually do in Photoshop, like before I bring my photos on my phone. But I don't know, it's also really easy to just do it on your phone. This app also has a lot of cool filters that you can apply to your photos, and I don't always revert to filters. I like just editing the photo myself and making whatever look I want it to look like, but I do love the filters on this app especially. Snapseed also has a ton of editing options on here. You have white balance and curves. You can tune your image with all the basic different photo editing things, but I really love even the crazier ones that it has. Like I can go down here to head pose and actually move my head. Like that's kind of crazy. Don't know if I'll ever do that, but it's there if I want it. I'll move on to my second row of apps here. Print, which is for my little printer. Basically, it's a little device that you connect your phone to, and you can print little Polaroid pictures out of it. There's so many of these little picture printers out there, but Print is by far my favorite because it has a really cool AR feature. You just scan your photo with your phone, and it'll play that video or clip from that photo. It's really cool. I have Layout and Boomerang, which are two apps that stem from Instagram. I don't use Layout too much. I think I've used it like once, but I have it there just in case. And Boomerangs, I'll do some boomerangs every once in a while. iMovie is another app that I don't really use too much, but it did come in handy one day because I was uploading a video to YouTube for my phone, and when you upload through the YouTube app on your phone, you can only upload up to 1080p. I wanted to upload a 4K video, so I used iMovie. I'll leave that there just in case because my Wi-Fi speeds here are terrible, and sometimes I need to upload through my phone and I don't want to lose the quality, so I'll use iMovie. And good old classic VSCO for photo editing. That's like always one of the first apps that I download onto my phone. It's one of those photo editors that I used from way back when, and I still do use every once in a while. We have my travel apps in the next folder, all the airlines that I use the most. And I mean, Breather is not really a travel app. If you guys don't know about Breather, it's basically a cool app that you can browse different studio spaces to rent by the hour. And it's a really cool thing to keep in mind. Maybe you want to change the look of a video. If you're near one of these major cities, there's all these different Breather spots that you can use. So yeah, since I'm closer to New York City, I got all these different ones. We have my two food apps in the cheeseburger folder. Seamless is a food delivery app that I don't really use too much. I mostly use it if I'm in New York. And Happy Cow, if you're vegan or vegetarian, you probably already know about it, but it's a really cool app to use to know what restaurants around you have vegan and vegetarian options. Not necessarily just vegan or vegetarian. You can look for restaurants that just have those options, which is a really cool thing to have if you're traveling in a new city or new area and you're looking for some vegan, vegetarian options. Happy Cow will come to the rescue. My next folder is full of shopping apps. These are usually the stores that I buy from the most. Not the only ones, but definitely the main ones. And my games folder is next. This is a folder that I'm always updating because I like to try out new games all the time, and I don't like to keep all these games I'm never gonna play, so I narrow it down to like 6. You guys have probably seen a lot of these games already, but I'm gonna show you Ghost AR because the iPhone 10 is really big with augmented reality. This one's a really fun one. So basically you place your portal of ghosts, they're gonna come at you and then you have to kill them. You look around the room and they're everywhere. Oh, Gabby, there's a ghost by you. Wow, oh, there's one over there. Wow, you guys can see how messy of a room this actually is. Like, I'm just showing you, oh, I died. Squishy Hoops is another AR game that's kind of fun. So basically you have to get your little birdie through the hoops. You have to wait for it to be big enough for it. I'm not really good at this game, but I just really like the way it looks. Oh, I popped it. I always pop it when it gets to the top. It's supposed to come back down. I'm so bad at this game, but I just like seeing, like, you know, the mix of like real life and the little gaming world that you have here. And this next one is the painting one. Basically, you could just like write in the air. I'll just write hello. You could do like 3D things and then you could move around it too. It's not really like that great. Like it doesn't track it that well. I'm gonna draw a circle around your face. And on to the next folder, completely random apps. That's why I have the little unicorn emoji to label it. I'm gonna start with Daily Fortune. Daily Fortune is actually a daily thing for me. I open up a fortune cookie from here every single day. Shout out to my sister Gabby because she showed it to me.
Yay.
You get 3 fortunes every day. I only have one here because I already opened mine today. And you just crack it open. Today it told me to don't give up on love and it will never give up on you. I'll try to live by that fortune. Check in back tomorrow for your new daily fortune. So every day at 12 a.m. it'll refresh and give you 3 new little fortune cookies and then you choose a new one. Pinterest is there and Night Sky is another cool AR app that I have on here. So it basically shows you all these cool star constellations and satellites in outer space. And it looks cool like this moving around, but you can also go into AR mode so it just uses your camera. Wow, Uranus is that way.
What?
You know the planet Uranus? Wait, can we find some other ones? Neptune!
Oh, wait, what are you doing?
It's an AR app, Gabby. Oops. Okay, moving on. I got lost in that app for a little bit. Social Blade, which is a cool way to see your YouTube channel's growth day by day or monthly, and I mean, there's a couple different things you can see on here. It's not all completely accurate, but for the most part it is. The Unbox app, we have Jason Nellis showing us all the latest and greatest in the tech world, all the latest tech videos. And that's basically it for my apps because this last folder is just more extra things that I'll use every once in a while, but I just threw it in there in the dinosaur folder. I love the dinosaur emoji. It's so cute. Gabby, look how cute it is. It reminds me of my dog, Charlie. It does. It looks like Charlie. So that is what's on my iPhone 10. Hopefully you guys found 1 or 2 apps that you maybe didn't know about and are gonna start using every day now. And please comment below and let me know what apps you guys use every day so I can check them out too. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you later.